Record. Hello, everyone.
Hi guys, welcome to. Does anyone know what week we're up to? Week
5 is not it.
week 8. Crazy, can't believe it.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Woohoo! So, as you all know, our format we start off with an Israel moment. Did you know the? Does anyone want to read the title on the left-hand side? Ready?
I'll read it.
Great.
Okay. Wait, where did it go? Where should I read?
Liberia.
Okay. Liberia thanks Israel for helping wipe out its Ebola outbreak.
Excellent. Okay, and you can see in the picture, on the left-hand side is Yuli Edelstein, who's the Speaker of the Knesset. What's the Knesset? Mm-hmm. You think it might be? Ever heard of the term? Knesset. Oh, hello, Nicole. Knesset is the Israeli government, and you will learn next semester when we're doing our Israel session, okay? So he is the Speaker of the Knesset, and in the middle is the Liberian president, and on the right-hand side is the Director General. So this guy actually came to Israel to thank them for helping wipe out Ebola. You know, you all heard about Ebola outbreak, which killed a lot of people a few months back, right? So Israel helped take control of the situation, and they came to say thank you, which is really nice. That's the first thing. The second thing, can anyone read the Hebrew here? I know it's without vowels, it's a bit difficult. Anyone want to give it a shot? Go blue, you have your hand up, Danny.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay, it was wishful thinking that someone was going to reply. Anyone else want to try?
Sarah, I think, had her hand up.
Yeah, I saw that subtle move to the back of your head like that.
And she's really cool. So that will help.
Okay, fine. Zach, you can read it.
Yom HaKadish HaKlali. Tzom Asara B'Tevet.
Okay, have you ever heard of the 10th of Tevet, Asara B'Tevet? No. Tevet is a month of the Jewish year, and that's the month we're in now. And the Asara, what number is Asara? Eser? Any Hebrew numbers? Asara, Eser? Somebody is, 10, okay? Eser is 10, so it's the 10th of Tevet, and that's actually the date tonight and tomorrow. What it is that basically you've all heard of Holocaust Remembrance Day, which we commemorate around the time, just before Israeli Independence Day, at the time of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. We spoke about it a few weeks ago. And this date, actually, the rabbinate of Israel, the rabbis of Israel, decided a long time ago, that this date, Asara B'Tevet, which was already a Jewish fast day because it was the day that there was a siege on Jerusalem, and years ago, in the times of the first temple, and the temple was destroyed, and that was the beginning of the end, the beginning of the exile, and all bad stuff happened from then. So they believed that any bad thing that happened to the Jews should be commemorated on this day. So we're going to think about how we commemorate. We will have a session about how we commemorate things, and what we think is the appropriate way to commemorate. Just so you know, today is one day that has been designated by the Israeli rabbinate as the day that we remember victims of the Holocaust who we don't know what day they died on. So that is today.
All right.
Zach, take it away.
Thank you. Can you guys hear music in the background? No? Okay. Let's move on. So I'm going to share my screen with everyone.
I'll just unshare my screen. Sorry.
Okay.
One sec. There we go.
Okay. All right. So what I'd like everyone to do, have any of you ever heard of Kahoot? Raise your hand if you've heard of Kahoot. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see everyone's cell phone, smartphone with them. Can I see it? Show it to the video. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to play a game called Kahoot. We're going to do a little bit. We wanted to finish this at the last class last week, but we ran out of time. So we'd like to start with it this week, and then we're going to move into something else, a new topic. We're going to start with this. It's a little bit of I'll say like to see what you guys remember, what you guys know. It's called Kahoot. So I'm going to share my screen with everybody. Okay, you all see this? And everyone's going to go onto this. Is going to get Michal's going to post this for everyone, and that's going to take you to here. You write start now. That's going to take everyone will get this, and you have to put this into the game. Okay.
All I need is that.
This one.
Kahoot.it and then the code.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all in the browser.
You go put that in.
Can you go back to the code?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Let's just have to move this down. This is the code.
Wait, so do we just type on?
Okay. So we have Melissa. If you see Melissa joined. For some reason, mine has music and it won't. Adina joined, as you can see. Hunter, Melissa. Okay, we got 3 players. Let's try to get everyone.
Okay, you just need to go to your browser, type in kahoot.it, and then it'll ask you to type in the code, and you do that.
All right, we're getting more and more people.
Woohoo!
Look at this. You probably all have music. I wish there was a way to stop this music for me.
We can't hear it, so it's all good.
I can. It's very frustrating. Okay, let's see how many people we have. Okay, we got a lot so far. Okay, we have Sarah is cool again. Great. We got 1, 2, 3.
You could
4.
say Sarah, he's cool, but whatever. He's so cool. He's so cool.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are we ready to go? Does anyone not see their name?
Anyone's having any issues, let us know.
Okay, so I'm going to start it. We have 12 players, and right now, how many people are here today so far? I haven't. Oh, we have 12 players.
3, 4, 5.
Okay, we'll wait one more minute, then we're going to get started. Hayden Dabaus. Please feel free to make yourself names. It makes it a little fun. Okay, we're going to go. So this is it. We're going to start the game. Anyone else need us to wait?
No, Ariel, it's not working.
Okay, we're going to start, and then maybe you could join.
I'll just message you.
Okay, we're going to start. Okay, are you guys ready? You guys only have a certain amount of time to answer the questions. So you have to pick what is the name of the most infamous camp and concentration camp.
On your phone?
On your phone, click on the correct one. And you only have 5 seconds left.
Wait, mine just thought. Oh.
So whoever said Auschwitz, what is the name of the most infamous death camp? It was Auschwitz. Millions of people, or up to over 1 million people, were killed. There's other death camps which we talked about. Last week we spoke about the final solution, where it was the plan to get rid of Jewish people altogether, that no one should ever exist. So the way this works is whoever answers it like the quickest and the correct one, that's how you get points. So it's not just about getting the right answer, but also the quickest. But try to. It's more important to get the right answer and to listen to sort of our follow up afterwards. Okay, the next question. So Melissa, you are so far in the lead.
Mhm.
Next question. Okay, the correct answer is the Wannsee conference, right? Versailles was where they had the peace treaty after World War One. German was just a place. Concentration. Wannsee was where they came together and orchestrated the final solution, where they decided that this was where they were going to kill all the Jewish people. It's very interesting because we talked a lot about marketing and advertising during the time of the Nazi rule, and some of the things which the Nazis did, which we haven't gone into, was hide the fact that they actually murdered off millions of Jewish people. And they actually set up fake places, like fake death camps, which were actually really nice places, so that people wouldn't see that. But the truth is, it was decided at the Wannsee conference that the Jewish people would be killed off for hopefully forever. That's what they wanted. Melissa is still in the lead. Okay.
Zach, do you have the code, or it's already
If you
It's
on
97681.
Thank
9-7,
you.
thank you very much. Okay, next question. Here we go. 97681.
It won't let me answer it. It's showing this.
So the correct
Refresh, Haley. Refresh, it might work.
So the correct answer was Adolf Eichmann. We spoke. Adolf Hitler was the dictator. He was the one that ran all of Germany, but he, at the end of the Holocaust, supposedly committed suicide. Adolf Eichmann was hiding in Argentina, and was found and was put on trial he was like the second in command, and was put on on trial in Israel and was put to death, the only person in Israel, I'm pretty sure, to have ever been put to death for capital punishment for an act done. A very important trial, a very significant trial. And he was very much a part of the decision of the final solution to murder off all the Jews. Any questions? Okay, let's continue. Do you guys get music while it's in between? Sarah is cool, just took the lead. Okay, here's the next question, question 4 or 5.
50-50.
Oh, 50-50. People got half right. So the truth is, if you ever go visit, and I'm sure some of you will go on the March of Living or a trip to Poland to visit, you will see that the concentration camps were right, and also the death camps were right next to where people lived. Auschwitz, right next to where people lived. And you would think, oh, maybe people didn't know about it. It was far away. And the truth is, unfortunately, it was not like that. Fortunately, the death camps and the concentration camps were in the middle. Some were far away, but some were right in the middle of people's cities, of people's towns. and really part, and they knew what was going on. And most of the cases we did not, which we'll talk about today, which we see separately, but most of the time no one really did anything about it. Sarah's still waiting. The last question.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I'll say after.
this has more than one answer. All right. So the different types of camps, and it's important because it's important to know this history, right? You don't have to memorize everything, but there were death camps, slave labor camps, and concentration camps. Each camp served a different purpose. Some were to murder off the Jews. Some were to work them so hard that they would die. Some were to dehumanize. Some were to get free or cheap labor. And this was very important. So this was the final solution. We discussed it a lot next week, and Sarah came out with the most. Not that that's the most significant part, but it looks like a lot of you guys remembered from last week, and that's really great. Okay.
Yay.
Let's see what this feedback and results is. Okay, no. All right. We're going to stop the
I just
share.
want to say from before what Zach was saying about the concentration camps being close to places. Even today, a lot of the concentration camps, people have become desensitized to them because they live close to them, and it's just something that's been there. So next to Majdanek, which was a really massive camp where lots of people were murdered, there is a driving school. And when we saw that, when we went to visit the camps, we were just didn't know whether to laugh or cry, because it was just absurd that people would be taking driving lessons right next to a concentration camp, and they don't. It's crazy to think about. Anyway, that was just my 2 cents. Okay, so shall we move on?
Please.
Great. So
You guys
what
can
we're
put your phones away now.
for the moment, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at these circles over here. What did I share from the screen? I don't even know what I'm sharing now. Sharing the wrong screen, aren't I?
We see your slideshow, yeah.
Oh, great. Excellent. Okay. So I want you guys to indicate on this chat, so you can write it in the chat box, who do you think you are the most responsible to? Who are you responsible to? Does it go all the way out or only to a certain point and stop? What does it mean to be responsible to someone as well? Or to be responsible for someone? Okay, so let us know we're happy to hear you talking as well. That would be great.
At first, I was thinking like all of humanity, because like we're all humans and that kind of thing. But then like I started thinking about like more of nations though, because it's more like the people like ISIS right now and like Germany and that kind of stuff. So I was just thinking like probably like my nation, because we more of like some of the same beliefs as opposed to people from all over.
Interesting. Okay. Hayden, family. Eli, for yourself. Okay, do you guys, if you've written an answer, do you want to explain your answer? Eli, you want to first explain for yourself?
I think we're like most responsible for ourselves, because like if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not gonna have like stuff in life.
Okay. When we say to whom am I responsible, what do you think that means?
Who you can take care of.
Who you can take care of? Who you should take care
Or
of, maybe?
should take care of.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, who said family? Hayden, do you want to discuss? And Daniel Fuchs, do you want to discuss why you said family?
Because I feel like us personally, you can't really control the nation. Like, you can sort of have a say, but you're not like, you can't lead the whole nation, but you can still take care of your family because you care about them, and it's actually reasonable.
Interesting. Okay, reasonable. What is reasonable? What does it mean? To whom am I responsible? What's reasonable to be responsible for someone else? If it's too many people, you're saying it's not reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone say just community? Wow. Okay. Laurie, you had some interesting things to say. And Nicole, you said community. Why can't you be responsible for the whole nation or all of humanity?
I said community because like I feel like you could do like projects or like charity work and stuff for your community, but like the nation, like yes, like you can probably do stuff, but like not like people are gonna know. Like if you're in your community, like maybe more people can know and you can convince more people to do stuff for that. But like you can't really be responsible for the whole nation or all of humanity. Like
Okay.
they probably like you like can focus on your community, which is like part of the nation. I feel like.
Good point. So you're saying that by helping your community, you're helping the nation and maybe helping all of humanity. Interesting point. Okay. And does anyone think that, well, first of all, can anyone explain to me what they think it means to be responsible for someone? What does it mean to be responsible for yourself, or to be responsible to your family, or for, what does it mean? To have a responsibility. Yeah, Melissa?
It'd be like to take, not like, I want to say responsibility. Like to almost, like if they do something wrong, either to help them fix it or like almost take some of the blame and to really like provide for them and I don't know, that kind of stuff.
And what happens if someone's in trouble?
You need to help them.
What about if it's risking something of yours?
I guess that depends on who you feel that you're responsible for.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Like, I guess this is kind of like the point of this, like, who am I responsible for? Like, I wouldn't say, like, then it kind of makes me think, like, probably not my whole nation, but, like, maybe family, even maybe some community, but, like, definitely myself and my family.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to show you a video clip from a few, maybe it's 2 months ago or so. Did any of you watch the Jimmy Kimmel Show? You heard of him? Imagine. Yay. Okay. Whose favorite thing is the Halloween kids thing? That's my absolute favorite. Okay. They take away the kids' Halloween treats. Anyway, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this little video. I don't know if some of you might have seen it. It's been circulating around social media where there was a actor. Well, basically, you'll see it in the video, and if you don't, we'll explain it after. So we'll just put it straight on. Hang on one tick. Okay.
Just to put in present mode.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm just going to do this. Full screen. Share screen. If this doesn't work with the sound, just let me know, okay?
It's too small, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to make it bigger.
Oh.
No, okay, so let me know if the sound works.
Is square.
Sorry?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's better.
Okay.
No bigger.
Oops.
Where you were before? Bigger? Can you make it bigger a little?
Hang on, it didn't work. Oh, it's not on the screen. Ah, silly me, it was just a photo. Okay. I will put the link in the chat box. Thought I put the video on the slideshow. We will put the link on the chat box now so you can all look at it individually. Don't forget to mute your sound if your sound is on, and enjoy watching the clip. There we go. Thank you, Zach.
How long? This is a social experiment. We conduct it out on the sidewalk in front of our theater. We set up a variety of weird situations, and we wait to see how long it will take for someone to intervene or participate. Now, today we conducted 3 experiments. First, we had the guy who dresses up like SpongeBob on Hollywood Boulevard. You know that guy? We had him fall down and lay on the ground, and we will see now how long he
Is someone
lays
playing theirs?
anyone helps him up.
Okay, has everyone watched the movie? What did you guys think?
Who would have helped SpongeBob? Oh, Ariel. Who would have helped SpongeBob?
What a good
I probably
girl.
would have jumped over.
One good Samaritan amongst us. Okay. Why do you think people didn't help?
Well, I think that they wouldn't help because like it's SpongeBob, like, and he could get up himself, even like, and they probably thought it was a joke, and it was.
Okay. Not because mean people, you're saying. Any other suggestions why they might not have helped him?
Right, Melissa, that's an important point.
No?
Maybe they thought they were just making a joke. Yeah, Haley?
Okay.
You have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't working. I've seen videos before where people like if they're like they pop out, like someone scares it, so maybe they thought it was something like that, how they're gonna scare him, or like or like how people said before how they were taking it as a joke, so like nobody thought that, oh, we're just trying to impress, and maybe like they saw cameras or something, because when the camera of SpongeBob like out, they saw a man like holding his phone taking a picture or video, and then it looked like he was taking a picture at the camera, so we thought it was like a joke, not to help or anything.
And what do you think was the reason for that those boys did help in the end?
Maybe because they saw nobody was helping him and he really needed help, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Do they have a responsibility team?
Yeah, just like a nice thing to do to help like other humanity, because it's just like a nice thing to do, and if somebody's in help, you should really help them.
Okay, great. So is it a nice thing to do though, or is it something you have to do?
I don't think that you have to do it. I think it's a nice thing to do, but you should do it.
Okay. Has anyone heard of the Good Samaritan law? Yeah. So the Good Samaritan law basically says it's a law that I think is in, I'm not sure exactly which states in America. It's somewhere in America, one of the states, at least. And basically what it says is that you basically have to help someone as long as you're not in danger to your own life too much. Okay, so it depends what the definition is there. But basically, there are some laws that say that you actually have to help people, not only should you help people. So we're going to move on. Zach, do you want to?
Yeah. Just to add that this was like a really funny video we showed you, but there's actually some like real serious cases and real amazing studies done on when people choose to help others, and cases where people have decided not to help, and pretty serious things that you'll probably learn about if you take like a law class in the States, when you're in high school or something. But it's very important stuff. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, what we're going to do right now is here's a meme that I created. Anyone would like to read this quickly? You could just start talking.
And wait,
Yeah.
and in a place where there are no men, strive to be a man.
Okay, great. So this is a picture of the partisans, which we spoke about when we talked about physical resistance, the group of people who hid in the forest and would fight against the Nazis. So what I did was, and I'll just go to the next page, is I took quotes. These are quotes that have to do with helping other people other than yourself and just your family. So what we would like you to do is, and Michal will post the link, is we've done this before and you guys did a great job. We'd like you to create your own meme. Okay? But here's the catch. We'd like you to use, one of these quotes. We'd like you to use one of these quotes, and I will share my page and keep it like this for a while so you guys can see them. If you want to, if you choose to use part of a quote, that means the first thing you have to do is read the quote, and then the second thing you have to do is go to the website and find your own image, whatever you like. You can upload your own image that you think best represents this quote. And this all has to do with helping people, not helping people, the importance of helping people others than yourself. Okay, so read all the quotes, try to understand them. If you have any questions, you can ask me and Michal. Then go to that site, or then even better, try to find a picture online, and then go to that site and upload the picture, and then make the meme. And then when you create the link, you could post the link on the chat box, and Michal and I will see them. We'll create a document so everyone can see. All right. It's the current time is, I would say you'll probably need like 4 to 5 minutes. So let's see. I think it's 4:37 there now. 5:37.
4:37.
Fine. So let's take till 4:42. Michal, there's a way to, there's a timer.
I don't think so, but
No?
I just put one on my.
Okay.
Wait, can you explain that again? Because my
Yes, so you'll take one of these quotes, which you see on that I've shared with you, and then create a meme with them. So you're supposed to read all the quotes. If you have any questions to understand better, go find a picture which you think best represents, and then create a meme on the link that Michal has provided with you in the chat box. And then once you create that meme, you can post the link to your meme on the chat box. So we have another 3 minutes, left. So find a picture, upload it to the meme generator, write out what the quote is, and then bring us the link. Another 2 minutes.
Got about a minute. Well done, Sarah. Thank you. Okay. Who else is ready to post there?
All right. One more minute. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for now. How do I, Does everyone have all the quotes? You're good?
Very nice.
Okay. I stop sharing.
Hey, how did two of you have the same one? Oh, it's not.
So
Very cute, guys. You're doing a good job.
great. We've got a lot. Thank you. You guys are doing a really, really great job. I'm really impressed. Well, these are really good. Okay, we'll give another 30 seconds for people to post them. Okay.
Wow.
There's a lot to look at.
That's amazing. Wow, I'm really, really impressed. Great.
Wow. Really, Michal, maybe you want to show a couple? You could share your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michal will show a couple while we're doing it, and then while she's doing that, I'll just explain those concentric circles which we saw about community, yourself, family, nation. Just a nice little story, and I think it really connects to a lot of the quotes. I'm not going to go to any specific quote, but there was a story where someone went to a great rabbi and asked him and said, "Rabbi, how can I possibly change the world? I would love to change the world. How can I do that?" And unlike other people who he went to ask this question, the rabbi answered a little differently. How do you change the world, right? Most people say, go out there, travel to Africa, save them, give them a lot of food, fix everything. What the rabbi said was something very interesting. He said, before you can fix the world, you got to fix yourself. Why? Because when you fix yourself and you work on yourself and you help yourself, that will impact those around you, your family and your friends. And as you impact your family and friends and get them to get better and get yourself better, that will impact your community. And as you work on yourself and you impact yourself and then your friends and it impacts your community, that will then impact the entire nation and so on and so forth. So this is really important. This is great. Or am I just a brother? That's hilarious. Right? So this is very funny. You guys did a great job here. Really, really appreciate it. We're going to continue. I think there's a way we could save the chat. There's a way we could save the chat.
Yes, after the class we will.
Okay, after the class we will, so that way we can keep them. And Michal is going to continue with the next part of the lesson.
Great. Okay. So, hang on one tick. There we go. What we're going to ask you now is we're going to actually move on to our topic, which we've been building up to this whole time. I'm sure you're wondering what it is. And the question that we are asking you today is this. So please answer in the chat box. A, B, C, D, or E.
Oh, can you make it bigger? It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well.
Okay, so shall we reveal the answer? The answer, most people have said, some people said, some people didn't, okay, is B, but even it's more than B. It's just a bit more than B, okay? So there's over 24,000. It depends. People define it differently. Over 24,000 non-Jewish people helped Jews survive the Holocaust, which is a pretty big number, it sounds like, but it depends how you look at it. You can also look at that that's all the non-Jews in the whole of Europe, or you can look at it that, wow, look how many people who weren't even connected to these Jews, they were totally different from them, like you guys said before. They weren't in their nation, that helped other people, even though they weren't part of the same nation. And that is right, Rabbi, thank you. That a lot of the people who helped Jews were actually killed because of it. So we might not necessarily have all the correct numbers. There might have been a lot more of those. So what we're going to do now is we are going to discuss something, I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, called the righteous among the nations. Have you heard of it? No? Yes, no? Okay, so righteous among the nations. Zach, do you want to just explain what it is?
So here, let me share my screen, please.
Yeah.
So the righteous among the nation is a very important term when we're learning about the Holocaust. If you look at the bottom here of this, of what shared, medal given to those awarded the title righteous among the nations. Translation of the Hebrew is he who has saved one life. It is as if he has saved the entire world. So this is sort of the symbol of righteous among the nations. What were they? So these were, in short, the non-Jewish or the Gentiles who saved Jewish lives during the Holocaust. That's the most basic way I could explain it. But it gets a little bit more detailed. We've talked about it before. There's a famous museum in Israel, a Holocaust museum called Yad Vashem. And they're probably the biggest organization dealing with Holocaust studies. And they make actually a lot of decisions based around I don't even know how to say this properly, but based around maybe like Holocaust ideas and sort of historical concepts which are taught today. They don't make things up. They just bring out that information to the world. And so one of the things they've done is they've defined what is a righteous Gentile. Okay, what does it mean to be it's a righteous Gentile or among the nations, a righteous among the nation? Does anyone want to read the different conditions that are here that allow someone, that award person the title of a righteous among the nation? Can you guys see? Let's have someone read, please. There's a lot of my voice, and as you can see, it's going. I'll make it a little bigger so you guys can read. Who would like to go?
I will.
Thank you, Melissa.
The basic conditions for granting the title are active involvement of the rescuer in saving one or several Jews from the threat of death or deportation to death camps.
Okay, so one is rescuing Jews, one or several. Okay, as long as you've saved one Jewish life. Okay. 2.
To risk the rescuer's life, liberty, or position.
Okay, very important, right? It can't just be that they save them, and there had to be a risk, meaning it had to be something difficult for them to do. 3.
The initial motivation being the intention to help persecuted Jews, i.e., not for the payment or any other reward such as religious conversion of the saved person, adoption of a child, etc.
Right. So there are many actually people who saved non-Jewish, who saved Jewish lives, but they did it maybe for a payment. They received money for it, or they adopted a child, or they converted them to Christianity. All these things where they received some type of reward for saving them. So that person will not be considered a righteous Gentile, even if they saved. And there's a 4th. Can you read the 4th, Melissa?
Sure.
It's over here.
The existence of testimonies of those who were helped, or at least unequivocal documentation establishing the nature of the rescue and its circumstances.
Right. So very important. It has to be proven. Right. So it can't just be some person coming. There has to be proof that this person is doing it. Yad Vashem and Holocaust survivors take this extremely seriously. They want to thank those who saved them. In addition, they want to make sure that they give them the proper respect. And there are so many stories which we could share, which we don't have the time, of non-Jewish people, of the 24,000, over 24,000 that saved, which, of all of Europe is a very small amount, but still very important people who saved a life, right? You have stories of a non-Jewish person saving one person, and from that one person came, and it's not even a joke. If you take my family, just for example, my grandfather, who survived the Holocaust, has 4 children, and from those 4 children has around 16 grandchildren, and from those 16 grandchildren has around, at this point, probably 10 more great-grandchildren. So just from one person, my grandfather, came around 60, 70 people. So you can only imagine that 24,000, even though it's not so many in the grand scheme of things, they've saved a lot of lives. Michal, I think we should skip the next part and skip to your part.
Great. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at a lino that has information, videos about different people who were righteous among the nations. So we're going to divide you into 2 groups. So I'm just going to put the link for the groups in the chat box. And if your last name starts with A to K, you're in group 1. And if it starts from L to Z, you're in group 2. And basically, thank you, Zach. So you just go to the link that you are in. So last name A to K, group 1, L to Z, group 2, and answer the questions. Watch the videos of at least 2 people on there, and then answer the questions. There are 5 people on the lineups. So we'll give you about 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes to do that. Don't forget to write your names on your comments. And you can also write who you're talking about, please. Okay, we're going to have to finish up now, but you are welcome to work more on that, and that can be part of the independent exercise since you have vacation for all of 2 weeks. So you can work on that, and we'll send you the rest of the independent exercise in the email, in the follow-up email, which will be coming out to you in the next few days. So I hope you have a great vacation. And we're looking forward to seeing you back on, what date was it again, Rabbi? January 11, I think. If that's not correct, then we will update you in the emails. So have a great week, and thank you.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Oh, that's it. Yes, we'll see you next year.
Wait, will you put this link also in the mail for also our homework?
Sure, no worries. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Happy New Year.